Patrolling the streets can be unpredictable, but what if the unexpected is something beyond this world? Tonight, we're diving into 6 most paranormal moments witnessed by cops caught on camera. These stories might make you question what truly lurks in the shadows during their patrols. Before we start, a heads up, the final tale is guaranteed to send shivers down your spine. But for now, let's begin with the first unsettling encounter. On June 13th, 2020, when cops were called to investigate a public gym in a park after multiple reports of strange activity. But what they found was far from ordinary. When officers arrived, they expected to find a person behind the reports. Instead, they were met with something far more unsettling. The gym equipment, swings, pull-up bars, and other machines were moving by themselves. No one was nearby, and the sight alone was enough to send shivers down their spines. The officers tried to get closer to inspect the equipment, but something stopped them. The atmosphere felt heavy, almost as if they weren't alone. The way the equipment kept moving, without any visible force, left them convinced that something unnatural was at play. The police left the scene with no answers, and the identity of the user remains unknown. Was it a spirit, a cleverly orchestrated prank, or something we can't even explain? What do you think? Was this an eerie coincidence or undeniable proof of the paranormal? Let us know your thoughts. As if the moving gym equipment wasn't eerie enough, our next story takes us to Brazil, where unexplained noises in a school had even seasoned police officers questioning reality. On March 14, 2017, police officers in Brazil responded to a strange noise complaint at a local school. Staff had reported loud banging sounds coming from one particular floor. At first, it seemed like a simple call, just another disturbance to investigate, but what they found left them shaken. As the officers arrived, the eerie sounds of slamming doors echoed through the empty halls. They searched for the source, expecting to find a person behind the commotion. But as they moved closer, it became clear there was no one there. With fear creeping in, the officers pressed forward. The sound grew louder, almost as if something unseen was moving the doors with force. It wasn't just the doors. A fire suppression system near the lobby began rattling violently, yet there wasn't even a hint of wind in the area. Just as they approached to inspect it, the noises abruptly stopped. For a moment, everything fell silent, but as soon as they turned their backs, the slamming noises started again, this time even louder.
Ô louco, meu. Que isso? Sinistro, né? Louco, meu.
Could it have been a prank, or was it something far more sinister, hiding just out of sight? What if spirits aren't just haunting us but trying to send a message? Could the violent slamming of doors and banging noises be an attempt to warn, or even scare, the living away from certain spaces? It's unsettling to imagine something invisible acting with intent, but the officers couldn't find any logical explanation for the events. The source of the disturbances remains a mystery to this day. Was it a restless spirit, a clever hoax, or something we can't yet explain? Would you have stayed to investigate further, or would you have left immediately? Some mysteries will always leave us guessing, but one thing is certain. This story proves that not all disturbances are made by human hands. On August 14th, 2018, a routine K9 search turned into a chilling encounter for police officers. The search took place in a house with a horrifying past, a home where the father had committed unspeakable crimes, brutally killing his entire family, including his children. The house was empty of any living inhabitants, yet something about it felt deeply wrong.
Smells like cleaning.
As officers and their K9 units entered the house, the dogs began acting strangely. Instead of barking, they whined softly, as if sensing a presence that couldn't be seen. Imagine being in a house where the past feels alive.
Those dogs are going to track the scent. So we may be able, if they're still out there. Have they started yet?
Then the officers heard it. Voices coming from the first floor. The sounds were clear, like a human speaking, yet when the officers searched the floor, there was no one there. What would you do if you heard voices in an empty house, knowing its dark history? Despite searching the house twice, they found no trace of anyone. The voices seemed to echo phrases like, "This is our home," and "help," sending shivers down their spines.
Yeah. Say what? 99. Who was it?
Just to advise, I have an update in your call. RP has possible information for you. Want to contact my phone with reference to the call.
Were these the voices of the family, the children and their mother, brutally taken from this world? Were they crying out for justice? Or was it something else entirely, calling out to you from beyond? This story raises an unsettling idea. What if traumatic events leave behind an imprint so strong that it lingers long after life has left? Could the voices be more than just echoes of the past? It's enough to make anyone think twice about the places we call home and the secrets they may hold. The officers left the house deeply unsettled, their questions unanswered. Were the voices a figment of imagination? Or was it truly the family spirits, unable to rest after their tragic end? What do you think? Was this paranormal activity, or just the eerie power of suggestion in a house with a dark history? Sometimes the past doesn't stay silent, leaving us with mysteries that may never be solved. On October 10th, 2023, what started as a routine traffic stop quickly turned into a baffling and horrifying mystery. Captured on both body and dash cam, the footage shocked the entire police department and later the public. The stop began normally. The officer approached the car and asked the driver for her license and registration. She complied, handing over her information. But then, as the officer turned to head back to her patrol car to run the details, something impossible happened.
Didn't even see it.
Right. No
This
worries.
is my first time being pulled over.
Alright, can I see your driver's license registration, please?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car, so
Where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs?
I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's a birthday party. So,
Got it.
Not mine, but
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
no, of course not.
Alright, sit tight, sir. I'll be right back. Your registration is What the?
Sarah?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
Sarah vanished into thin air. The dashcam footage showed no signs of the car door opening, no movement, no one else around to assist an escape. It was as if she had simply disappeared from reality itself. The police were left scrambling for answers. How could a person vanish so completely, without a trace? Was it a glitch in the matrix, something supernatural, or something else entirely that we can't explain?
What the heck? Sarah? 3201.
You even see it.
All right. No
This
worries.
is my first time being pulled over.
All right. Can I see your driver's license registration, please?
Yeah.
It's not a big deal.
Here's my license, but this is my mom's car, so
Where are you headed to where you're speeding and missing stop signs?
I was just headed to a friend's house. It's like literally right there. It's
Okay.
a birthday party. So,
Got it.
Not mine, but
Any drugs or alcohol in the vehicle?
no, of course not.
All right. Sit tight, sir. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Even more unsettling, the investigation hit a dead end. Sarah's ID couldn't be traced, and there was no record of her existence anywhere. To this day, Sarah's disappearance remains unexplained. Whether she was taken by an unknown force, swallowed by the earth, or something far stranger, her story leaves us with more questions than answers. Could you trust your eyes if you witnessed something like this, or would you question the very fabric of reality? On July 6, 2021, a couple from Buckinghamshire, England, made an extraordinary claim. They believed a ghost named Dave was living in their home. To back up their story, they shared eerie footage from their kitchen security camera, leaving police and viewers alike stunned. What would you do if your home wasn't just yours, but shared with something unseen? Ben Hubbard, a physical education teacher, and his partner Lainey Clark, an elementary school teacher, moved into their 3-story home in 2018. At first, everything seemed normal, but it wasn't long before strange events began unfolding. Objects started mysteriously flying out of drawers, and doors would slam shut on their own. Determined to uncover the truth, they installed a camera in their kitchen, and what it captured was deeply unsettling. In the footage, a drawer suddenly flies open and objects seem to leap out without explanation. Moments later, the door closes as if guided by an invisible hand. It was as if the ghost, nicknamed Dave by the couple, was simply going about its day. Can you imagine living in a home where even the simplest things seem to have a life of their own? These events didn't stop. The paranormal activity continued, growing more frequent and harder to ignore. What if spirits don't just haunt houses, but actually coexist with us, unseen? Could this ghost have been harmlessly living its own version of life, unaware of the disturbance it caused? It's a haunting thought, sharing your space with something that might not even realize you're there. After enduring years of escalating activity, Ben and Lainey made the difficult choice to leave their home. The experiences were too much to bear, and they were left wondering if Dave's presence was more than they could handle. Would you have stayed, hoping the activity would stop, or moved out at the first sign of the unexplained? The couple's story leaves us questioning just how much control we really have over the spaces we call home, and whether some things are best left undisturbed. On October 1st, 2017, surveillance cameras at a school on the south side of Cork City captured something so unsettling that it's still considered one of the most terrifying paranormal videos on the internet. The surveillance footage shows doors slamming open and shut, as if moved by an unseen force. Lockers burst open on their own, and tins flew out, scattering across the hallway. The activity seemed deliberate, calculated, even angry. It wasn't just the sheer force of the events that made the footage so unnerving, it was the absence of any visible explanation. The consistency of the activity and the clarity of the footage made it hard to dismiss. This wasn't just a door swinging open from the wind or a random coincidence. The intensity left little doubt that this was no prank or staged event. The true story behind the haunting at Cork City School remains a mystery. Was it a restless spirit, a long-forgotten event tied to the building's history? Would you step foot in a place known for unexplained activity like this, or are some things better left unseen? This video leaves us with more questions than answers, a haunting reminder that the line between the ordinary and the supernatural can sometimes blur without warning. If you enjoyed unraveling these chilling tales, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more spine-tingling stories. Who knows, the next mystery might just leave you questioning reality itself.